Dear friends, welcome to Astana. In this video, I want to tell you about the top 10 attractions of Astana. I have arranged them in the order of my choice, but they are all interesting. So, let's begin. Number 10. Ethno-Memorial Complex. The map of Kazakhstan Atamekin. Here on an area of 1.7 hectares, the whole of Kazakhstan is represented in miniature in mock-ups. The map shows the regions and major cities, the capital of the republic, Astana city, and the city of Almaty. The layouts reproduce the most significant sites of Kazakhstan, from characteristic landscapes, famous historical and architectural monuments, to modern ensembles. An interesting part of the map is a decorative model of the Caspian Sea. Moving along the tracks of the map, which correspond to the main roads and railways of the country, allows you to explore the most significant sites of Kazakhstan. Number 9. Family Entertainment Center Island. The Island Center is a unique complex that includes an oceanarium with exotic fish species, a water park, a jungle theater, a Ferris wheel, cafes, and shopping facilities. Oceanarium of the Entertainment Center is the most distant from the ocean object of this kind in the world, a distance of about 3,000 miles, in connection with which it is listed in the Guinness Book of Records. Various species of sea creatures, including sharks, are represented here. The capacity of the oceanarium is 3 million liters of water, which required 120 tons of sea salt. The most interesting part of the site is a large aquarium, along the bottom of which runs a 70-meter tunnel made of acrylic glass. The thickness of the glass is 7 centimeters. Thanks to the underwater tunnel, you can take a walk along the seabed, a few centimeters from predatory sharks and other representatives of the ichthyofauna. The entertainment center also houses a water park with an area of more than 8.5 thousand square meters. The jungle theater allows you to feel like a time traveler, transported to the prehistoric era. Next to the building of Island Center, there is a huge Ferris wheel, the highest in Central Asia. The ride allows you to rise to a height of up to 65 meters. Number 8. Hazrat Sultan Mosque. This mosque was opened in 2012 and is one of the largest mosques in Central Asia, which can accommodate up to 10,000 people. Here, guests can see the holy book of the Quran, written many centuries ago, as well as written on silver plates. The height of the main dome of the mosque is 51 meters. The diameter is 28 meters. The mosque is surrounded by minarets with a height of 77 meters. The building has prayer halls, a library, and ablution rooms. The interior decoration is admirable. Chandeliers weighing up to 2 tons are amazing in their size. The new mosque, which has a snow-white coating, sparkles very beautifully and brightly in sunny weather. Number 7. Astana Opera Theater. The theater opened its doors to art lovers in 2013 and has become the largest one in Central Asia. The theater building was built taking into account the best approaches to the construction of facilities of this kind, elements of local culture and world standards. The theater houses various rooms, both for performances and rehearsals. At the same time, the theater can boast of its sound characteristics. The acoustics has been worked on by the world's leading specialists. Everything has been thought out down to the smallest detail. The angle of inclination and rotation of the seats, the location of various objects, and even the composition of the parquet floor. Thanks to well-thought-out soundproofing in the theater, different rooms can be used simultaneously without interfering with each other. The theater also has rehearsal spaces, including for the orchestra, chorus, and ballet. There are 8 small rehearsal halls for orchestra musicians, 3 halls, 1 large and 2 small halls, for chorus members, and a separate rehearsal hall for the ballet company. Number 6. There is the Presidential Center of the Republic of Kazakhstan in Astana, which contains exhibits and stands dedicated to statesmen, leaders of the country. Here you can learn about the history of our country, the role of historical personalities in the development of the country in different periods of time. In the center, there are interesting halls where visitors are presented historical events, sites of Astana, gifts from foreign delegations, sports achievements, national musical instruments. Guests here can also get acquainted with the modern plans of Kazakhstan. The center aims to collect, systematize, and study materials on the activities of presidents, to study the history of the formation and development of the country and the role of presidents, as well as to informational and image promotion of the historical legacy of presidents. Number 5. The Palace of Peace and Reconciliation. This palace is a symbol of friendship, unity, and peace in the land of Kazakhstan. The idea of building a special palace in the new capital of the Republic for holding international events of religious nature was proposed at the First Congress of Leaders of World and Traditional Religions, held in Astana in 2003, and became an epochal event of the beginning of the 21st century. The work of the Second Congress was already held in the new palace, the Palace of Peace and Reconciliation. The author of the project is the famous British architect Norman Foster. The base of the pyramid is 62 by 62 meters. The height is 62 meters. The top of the pyramid is decorated with a real work of art by the artist Brian Clark, a stained glass window with images of 130 pigeons symbolizing the nationalities living on the Kazakh land. At the opening ceremony of the palace, the world opera star Montserrat Caballé performed on the stage of the Opera Hall. The Palace of Peace and Reconciliation houses the Opera Hall, the Besik, the Cradle Hall, exhibition pavilions, and other premises. Number 4. National Museum of the Republic of Kazakhstan. In accordance with the state program, Cultural Heritage, the largest museum in the Republic with a total area of about 74,000 square meters was created in Astana. The materials discovered under this program became part of the fund of the National Museum of the Republic of Kazakhstan. There are halls that acquaint the visitor with local history from ancient to modern times. There are also halls where ethno-cultural exhibits and halls of modern art are presented. The museum has an unusual shape and consists of several blocks with different floors. The museum uses new technologies and modern equipment, which makes the expositions especially interesting and informative. Number 3. The Central Mosque of Astana. The Central Mosque of Astana amazes with its grandeur, elegance of architecture, exterior and interior decoration. The mosque is surrounded by a huge park area where a large number of trees are planted. The square in front of the mosque is decorated with large fountains. The scale is generally characteristic of this object. The area occupied by the complex is 10 hectares. The building itself has an area of over 68,000 square meters. 35,000 worshippers can fit inside the mosque. The diameter of the large dome is 62 meters. The height of the minarets is 130 meters. The mosque is surrounded by 4 minarets, each of which consists of 5 parts. This symbolizes the status of the mosque and the 5 fundamental pillars of Islam. The entrance door to the mosque is made of Iroko wood, a tree that grows in tropical Africa. It is noteworthy that this door, as well as the stained glass doors inside the mosque, are among the largest doors in the world. Materials brought from abroad were actively used in the construction of the mosque. Kazakh national ornaments are present everywhere. In the main hall, there is a mosaic wall located towards the Kaaba. It is 100 meters long and more than 22 meters high. The wall consists of glasses of different colors. 99 names of Allah are represented here. Also suspended above the main hall is a huge chandelier, which is one of the largest in the world. Its diameter is 27 meters. The chandelier consists of more than 1 million elements and can also be called a true work of art. In addition, since the mosque was opened recently, in 2022, it was built using traditional and new construction approaches. The underground level houses a closed parking lot, a banquet hall for 440 seats, a restroom, and other facilities. On the first and second floors of the mosque, in addition to the main hall, there are a hall for weddings, a hall for reading the Quran, stores, a museum, service, and other premises. For the comfort of visitors, taking into account our climate, floor heating is provided. Number 2. Astana Baytarek Monument. One of the main attractions of Astana is the monument Astana Baytarek. The word Baytarek can be translated from Kazakh as Tree of Life. According to Kazakh legends, a huge Baytarek tree grew on the bank of the World River, with its roots deep underground and its crown resting against the sky. At the top of the tree lived the sacred bird Samruk, which laid an egg in the crown. According to the legend, a dragon lived below the ground, which constantly devoured the egg laid by the sacred bird. This process happened all the time. The ancient Kazakh legend contains the idea of the infinity of processes taking place in the world, including the change of times of day and seasons, the infinity of the struggle between good and evil. In addition, Baytarek connected 3 worlds, the underground, the earthly, and the heavenly. The roots of the tree were in the underworld, the trunk in the earthly world, the crown in the heavenly world. Thus, moving through the Baytarek tree meant moving from one world to another. The monument, located today in the center of Astana, is an impressive architectural structure made of metal, concrete, and glass. At the very top of the monument there is a ball with a diameter of about 20 meters, symbolizing the egg of the sacred bird Samruk laid in the crown. According to the legend, the monument has 3 levels. The lower level goes underground to a depth of 4.5 meters. The middle level consists of the trunk of the monument, where the administration of the monument is located. The upper level, which can be reached by elevator, is a panoramic ball. On the upper level is a platform from which you can observe Astana from a bird's-eye view. In the upper part of the sphere there is a composition with an imprint of the palm of the first president of the country, as well as a composition consisting of a globe with petals laid out side by side. Each petal bears the signature of one of the leaders of world and traditional religions. And finally, number 1. Nur Alem, Future Energy Museum. After the international exhibition Expo 2017, some exhibits were left here. The author of the idea of constructing a building in the shape of such a ball is the famous architect Albert Speer, Jr. The shape of the building symbolizes the last drop of oil and indicates the need to switch to renewable energy sources in the near future. The diameter of the ball is 80 meters. Interestingly, the building itself not only consumes energy, but also generates it. Rather, it converts solar and wind energy into electricity. The corresponding solar cells are built into the facade of the building, and wind turbines operate in the upper part of the ball. The Future Energy Museum consists of 8 floors, and each floor is dedicated to a specific theme. Usually, its visit begins from the top floor, where there is a glass bridge with a transparent floor, allowing you to get the thrill of walking at high altitude. Also, here you can learn about the future development of Astana. Going down the building, you can visit the floors dedicated to the energy of space, sun, wind, biomass, kinetic energy, and water. There are places in the museum where you can see or even feel the energy of the elements. For example, there is an attraction here, passing through which you will feel the wind of various strengths. Each floor is very interesting. For example, on the space energy floor, you will learn a lot of information about space exploration. There is also an unusual lunar hall that simulates being on the surface of the moon. On the ground floor, there is a pavilion that introduces visitors to the national culture and traditions. Well, friends, this is how I imagine the top 10 attractions of Astana. Although, of course, each attraction of the city has its own peculiarities and gives something different to visitors. So, welcome to our city. We will be glad to see you. You can find out more about our excursions around the city and region using the links in the description. If this video was interesting for you, please like it and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye.